personality matrix on the chart. It's all about the bumps in your heart.
Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. So obviously it's been a while since I've done a video, but for this week and next week there will be videos. So yeah. So today I was actually making a little cottage house, and I really wanted a small cozy cottage, because when I think of a cottage I think of a small house. So that's what I did. I really wanted something small, simple to decorate. Also went smaller, but you can also clutter it very easily, but not make it like too cluttered. It's very nice. I just love small homes, because big homes can be like, what am I supposed to put here? Because sometimes you don't know what to put, so you just put like ping pong tables. It's kind of random, but I use this little fairy sort of door. I mean, it makes me think of fairies because there's a little butterfly and it just has a little pattern. I never use it, but it's so cute, and I don't know why I don't use it. So yeah, and then I put these little like hanging lights, and I put the little normal lights inside so it was a bit brighter, because if you don't, there's barely any light. So I forget where I saw this, but I saw it somewhere, and I was inspired to use it in this build. So this is a very small home, pretty close concept. It's like it has a lot of archways, but it's still pretty close. Like there are separate rooms for everything. So there's one bedroom, one full bathroom, an entryway, a small dining room, which is what I'm doing right now, a kitchen, a living room, a hallway, and then I think a half bathroom. Or like, yeah. So I honestly love cottage living. It has the cutest swatches for like almost everything. And so in the dining room, I use this little green wallpaper with the little bunny and the mushrooms and stuff. And then I put a little table with 4 chairs. I decided in the end to go with a pink swatch to kind of contrast with the green, because I was like, it's too much green. Also, what I just noticed is that the chairs have slight polka dots, and there are also polka dots on the wall, so it matches. After that, I actually forgot to put the windows, so I was like, oh wait, I should do that, before putting furniture. So I put the windows, all so cute, and I put these 2 shutters, and what's really cute is almost all the windows have like these little stones under them, and it's really, really cute. It's such a cute little detail that I love it. And then I wanted a bigger window with shutters, so I just put 2 of them together. And it was very hard to align them, because for some reason when they were aligned, when I was moving them, when I stopped, it would just unalign. So, I tried making a bigger window with shutters, but it kind of looks weird, so I just put 2 normal windows. And then in the bathroom, I just put smaller windows for privacy. And that's pretty much the windows. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I put the house on a platform because every house looks better with the platform. And for the wallpaper, I actually decided to go with a thicker stone, because my grandparents live in the countryside, and they have, and almost all the houses there have like this thick stone, and it's very cute. So I wanted to use that. And then for the walls, I wanted these little pillars, but it kind of annoys me how they come out of the roof. And I tried bringing them down, but for some reason they wouldn't. So I was annoyed by that, but I just decided to move on because the pillars were really cute. I put this trim on the roof, but what you might see is that when it's curved roofs, it like extends at the bottom, and I did not like that, so I just switched it to a simpler one, because I could not ignore that. So, And then I found that the roofs actually kind of looked too simple. They were very, very simple. Like there was nothing going on. So I decided to put stuff on the roof, and then from the like there's stuff from Cottage Living, but it's all for like diagonal roofs, so that didn't work. And then I tried this, but it kind of gives too much city vibes. So I put this little wood thing at the top from Cottage Living, and just lined the middle of it all across on every single roof. And then I really wanted those little wind thingies. I don't know what they're called. What are those called? But I did that, and then I I was hesitating. I wanted a chimney too, but chimneys are really big and they were kind of too bulky. So I just put it on the edge of the smallest roof, and you know, it matches the door because it's black metal and the door handle's black, so that was a very small detail that I really liked. I was still looking for a chimney because I thought it made sense. And I got the idea of sizing them down, but I found this one that was very cute. So yeah, I just put that one above the living room. And then I continued and I forgot to put the flooring in the dining room. And then I decided to put the flooring everywhere and it didn't align. So I don't know why flooring doesn't always align. It's kind of funny, but I just switched it up. And then I put the flooring in the bathrooms and the kitchen. So the kitchen, I found this flooring that I found really cute because it really reminds me of my grandparents' kitchen's floor. But a lot of the wallpapers or like the cabinets don't really match. So I do change it. Like, I hesitated a lot with that floor. It was a struggle. I found the carpet, which I'm kind of sad that there's only one, but I literally put it everywhere. I put it in the entrance, in the living room, and in the bedroom. So it's everywhere. But it has different swatches, so it's fine. I also found this rug from, I think it's from, isn't it from like My First Pet? But it doesn't really fit. So, I was looking around. We really don't have enough rugs. I do think that we need more rugs, like more circular ones. A lot of the circle ones, like either use them all the time or they have like basic swatches or they don't match or they're for kids. So there's no like good circle rugs with a design that's not like weird. So that was that. And then I was kind of looking at the decorations because I really wanted a centerpiece because every table needs a centerpiece. And I found this little rose thing, which is so cute because they had the green from the walls and then the pink from the table, and then the salt did not want to place well, so I just had to move the table out of the way. And I turned the table because or else it looked too, I guess, simple. And then like I was saying, this house is very open and I really wanted some archways, but I didn't just want square archways, so I found this one that had a bit of detail, which was really nice. And for some reason, I felt like that chandelier, like the table was not centered. So I was kind of looking at that. But I found these little paintings, and it's kind of hard to put a good painting when the wallpaper already has detail because you don't want it to be overpowering with detail. So, I was looking for a bit because a lot of them either don't have the right vibe or just they're kind of ugly. And also because I wanted the frame to match. So, I found another painting that I put on the wall. Is this one, which is very cute. So after that, I just put some curtains because I felt like you needed a bit of a separation between the two. So I just put some curtains because, what if you're eating but then someone's making a surprise dinner so they don't want you to see, so there's curtains and you can just close the curtains, but there are not a lot of good choices with the curtains because I filmed this before the what's called that Desert Luxe kit came out. So there wasn't those curtains I could put, which I don't even know if they would have fit, but they just weren't. I didn't have that as an option, so I was struggling to find good curtains. So then I obviously went with the cottage living kitchen because it's a cottage. It made sense. So that's what I did. I first put in the green swatch, but I do change that because it was too much green, for once. I love the color green, but it was too much green. So, yeah. I put these 2 stoves because I needed it to be centered with the window, which now that I think of it, yeah, that's what I thought. I could put it under the window and only have one because, then I like that simple fridge more because the other one kind of looks, I don't know, it kind of looks weird. It's cute, but it just didn't fit. Then I put the sink, which it bothers me that it's not centered. We really should be able to put like sinks in the middle of counters. Like there should be counters that are half squares, half tiles, like in size, and that would be really nice. That way you could center stuff. And then the cabinets from Cottage Living, I do not like that the first swatch is an open swatch, because that means that you have to like use different stuff. So here I just put 2 cabinets so that they were connected, but so that it still like looked normal-ish. And then here I was just putting more cabinets because you need more storage and a corner piece. And then after that one I moved because I really like this tall cabinet, and I was like, I need to put it somewhere. It has to go somewhere. Then I was just cluttering because you need to clutter. And like I normally do, I put my paper towels and the utensils next to the sink. I don't know why I always do that, but I think it's actually because the paper towels look too empty on their own, so I just put them together. So I was also like kind of looking in the decor sometimes, so I'll put stuff on the side when I know that I want to use it. That way I don't have to go looking for it again. Is it the country kitchen? Country kitchen? I think that's what it's called, but that kit is pretty good for like, what's it called? For decorating. Because it has those little boxes from the kitchens. So that was very cute. So I just kind of used that. I use those little plant tea boxes. Are those tea boxes? I feel like that's what they are, but I don't know. Is that what it says in the name? But so yeah, I was just taking out the decor, and I was like, I was taking everything out. And then I used the utensils in a bronze color so I would match the sink. Because, it needs to be cohesive. So I made it match. And then I love that tiny plant. Honestly, it's so cute. I always use it, like, I use it way too often, honestly. And then I had this little plant. It was actually kind of a struggle to decorate this house just because it's tight. So there's like the archway or a wall in the way. So that was a bit of a struggle, but I was kind of, I dealt with it. I was also kind of, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was, I wanted something on the island, but obviously I couldn't put chairs next to the island because it was too tight. So yeah, and then after I found that the space above the fridge was very like empty, so I just put the boxes on top. But the thing is that I don't know what that red shelf is called that people like use to put stuff at the right height. So these are definitely floating, like definitely, because I don't know what it's called, and you can't just search of a red shelf. So, I mean, maybe you could, but I don't think it works. So, if you guys know, could you guys tell me? Because I don't know. I also put a carpet and yeah, I was like, I really like the carpet. It's cute. It's a simple carpet that like fits in a kitchen so nicely. It's really like just the perfect size. And then I put this little brick in the kitchen because I needed wallpaper, which I had forgotten to do. And here's where I'm starting to like hesitate, sort of. I was hesitating on the flooring. I was like, is that the right choice? Should I use another one? But the other ones at the bottom there's only like terracotta colors, so you can't really have like a gray shade of it. So it was a bit of a struggle. Definitely. I forget which one I end up using. I just know that I'm doing this for a while because I'm like, I don't know. Is this good? Is it weird? So there's a lot of going back and forth with that. I even like changed the carpet, even though the other one's very cute too. So I just thought probably it was too much detail. And then I put the arch in there. And the wall was slightly blank, but there wasn't really much space to put stuff. So I just put the aprons, the little hooks with the aprons on the wall. Because I thought it fit so well and it was so cute. Especially this swatch, actually, because the pocket of one of them has like leaves on it or something like that. And then in the corner, I really needed something, so I just was trying to find the broom. I could not find it. It was so annoying. I don't know why you can't just search a broom. The search thing is horrible in The Sims. That's one thing. That's just, you can't say it's not true. Then this is a living room, and I really wanted a oh wow, I'm blanking on the word, a chimney. So I picked this one, which kind of has the same stone as outside, and then I put some clutter on the shelf because there's not a lot of slots, so I had to like raise things up, and then I changed the swatch of the carpet and put a stool. This stool's so cute, honestly. It's adorable. And it's very visible that there's a lot of green in this house. But I do kind of change it up, so do not worry. I put two different, like not matching chairs because I feel like that's just very cottagey. It's like you have different pieces that don't necessarily go together. I don't know. I just feel like that's cottage for me. And then I put a gnome. This gnome is honestly probably one of the cutest ones. It's like so, it has little flowers and everything. And then I was just using clutter, and honestly, I was kind of wondering if my sim could pass through the living room. So I was kind of trying to find a smaller table, and I found this one, which I feel like I always use, but I very much like it. It's so cute to have like that smaller one, but it is hard to clutter because you have to like move it and place it again, all for like one thing to be there. Honestly, kind of a struggle, but because also you don't know the height very well, but I definitely know that those flowers are floating. I feel like almost everything that I raise, it's either cut off or it's floating. So, once find that red shelf, I can like edit some of those things. So, you know. Then here I was just like doing more clutter, and I realized I needed a TV. So I put that right between the little statues, and I added more clutter, like some boxes, and more boxes. Because, you need some storage. Like, where are you putting those old cards or those old letters? Pictures, even. And then I wanted another chair, but, it's kind of a tight squeeze, so it's kind of hard to do. But then I got the idea of actually doing a pillow in the chairs because, there's no pillows, so I did that. It was kind of hard to do. I honestly don't think it turned out that well, and I don't even know that chair's functional anymore, to be honest. And then I was looking at wallpaper and deciding which one I wanted, and I'm pretty sure I ended up with either that one, the same pretty much as the dining room, but instead the paneling at the bottom is actually brown instead of green. That's like the slight difference. And then I use this mirror on the wall. And honestly, I'm pretty proud about the fact that like almost every wood in this house is like matching. Like, do you see how the window matches the chimney and the paneling? So honestly, I'm very proud. And also that picture frame actually. So I was debating for a mirror or for a painting. So I was looking for a while. I feel like that's another thing that we need more of. It's paintings. There's a lot, but not the right kind. So that always takes a while to find. And I put a little more decoration on this wall because it was feeling empty, even though there wasn't a lot of space. I feel like a lot of time you'll have like the tiniest bit of space, but it feels so empty. So you have to find the smallest thing to put on it. And I found these little things, which also match, so just keeping with the matching. Now, here is the tiniest hallway you've ever seen. It's literally like 2 by 2, I think. It's the size of that half bathroom. And I kept that wallpaper throughout the little main part of the house, so it was all cohesive and just continuous. And then I put a little toilet, which it just felt more cottagey than normal toilets because it had a bit more detail. But, I was still looking at other toilets. But I still feel like that one's the best. And I also put that, I think that's from Cottagecore, right? That sink, and then this little mirror, which actually set the theme for my whole bathroom. Like after I was like, oh my god, I need a blue and white bathroom, which honestly doesn't really go with the cottagecore theme of the rest. I mean, it does, but not as much as like green, pink, browns, and all that. So that was very funny. And then I used this shelf because it has some blue towels and blue and white towels, so it just matched. And then I put this little other shelf thing, which also has matching wood as that shelf above the toilet. I put a little carpet, and but I changed it because, it has to match. But I didn't really know what I wanted to put, so I ended up with a mirror to make the space feel a bit bigger. And I was trying to find a matching wood. There was no matching wood. It was kind of sad. And then I moved on to the hallway, where I put a little table, sort of dresser situation. Because, I kind of realized there's not that much storage in the living room, and you still need storage for, like, maybe games or something like that. So I did that, and this was honestly probably one of the hardest parts to decorate, because there were the walls everywhere. It was so annoying. Because you can't just, like, make furniture invisible, so it can very easily block you. I was continuing to, like, decorate, trying to find something to fit that small space. I found, look at the light from Werewolves. Isn't it so cute? It's literally adorable. And then, obviously, you need some books. You have to continue reading all the time. And, needed a little carpet, because you need a carpet. You can't just have an empty space. So that was pretty much it for that room. I mean, I did add a light, but there isn't much happening in that room because it's so small. So, I couldn't put much. And, I found this light, which I feel like I've never seen, honestly. Like, I just decided to ignore it. But so it was so cute. It had little plants and everything. I just put some doors so I could know where I wanted to put my furniture. And I started with the entryway, which I feel like is usually the first thing that someone would do. But I really did this house backwards. So I put a little bookshelf and added a bit more clutter just because there are some empty spots. I feel like I'm always using tissue boxes. Like, do the people in this house just have runny noses constantly? Because there are so many tissue boxes in every single one of my builds. And then I put a little table in the middle to maybe put down your keys or, like, put down your bag. And then I was looking at the shoe racks, which was also hard to place. Like, I feel like every room, honestly, except for, like, maybe the bedroom, were hard to decorate because of the fact that there's, like, furniture everywhere. But the shoe racks didn't have matching wood, and the dream home decorator thing was, like, way too wide, and, like, a lot of the tables were, like, too wide. So it was very hard to find the right table. But I found this one, which is very cute. It doesn't necessarily match the paneling, but it pretty much matches the bookshelf. It was close enough. But I was still looking at other things. And there's this one actually that's very similar. It has like the same sort of vibe to that first table that sort of matches. And obviously, I'm so indecisive. I cannot make a decision. So I was looking at every single table and every single swatch, but I always came back to that one because it was better. It was honestly better. But I don't know why. I went with this what's it called, dresser, which I feel like I kind of regret just because it doesn't really go with that vibe of the cottage. It's too simple. I feel like for me, cottages have a lot of detail. Like that little center table has the little detail at the bottom. So yeah. I was just adding decorations, but yeah, I literally am putting the most random things. Like I just put a bucket of onions on the dresser in the entryway. Like are vampires trying to get into my house? Then I put this mirror because it matches, matches the wood. And then I put a little coat rack, which honestly it's kind of far from the door. Like you have to walk all the way across the room to like put your umbrella and put your coat away. But it's fine unless it's raining. And then I put a little picture of a flower and just a couple more details. And I love that light, so I just brought it again in here. And I did the bathroom with the same wallpaper and the same flooring and the same toilet and the same sink. So those have sort of the basics that are the same. And then I just put the bathtub from the same pack. And all I did was like kind of bring in the same things, but I really just changed the swatches because, I wanted it to be similar but different. Because once again, it needs to be cohesive. So I just added the soap dispenser too, like I did in the other bathroom, and it's literally in the exact same spot. And that kind of gave me the idea of doing a red and green theme in this bathroom, and like beige-ish, I guess. So yeah, I was looking and I chose the tiny living thingy. But tiny living has those little plants, but they don't actually it didn't fit. I looked at it, but it didn't fit. And I put some curtains that are completely transparent, so there's actually no privacy. And then I realized I forgot toilet paper, so I put toilet paper because that's important. And then after, the final room is the bedroom, and I put the flowers in it, and it's very cute how everything's matching. Like the two wallpapers with like a lot of design, they both match the carpet because the carpet has bunnies and acorns, but it also has the flowers. And then here I was looking at bedding because, I couldn't decide, did I want the bed to match the inside of the flowers or the stem of the flowers. But I chose stem of the flower because it made more sense, I guess. But the other one would have still been equally as cute. Honestly, it was just personal preference. And then I put some side tables and obviously clutter, because you need to clutter every single spot in the house to make it feel sort of lived in and more homey and cozy than if you don't. I put some books again, and I'm actually really happy that those books got new swatches, because before those swatches were really ugly. I found this little tray. Wow, I'm blanking on a lot of words today. But I found the little tray in Tiny Living, and I looked at the other wallpapers. But the flowers are so cute. I don't know. I probably should have kept the flowers, but yeah, so I thought flowers are better. Because that way it's a bit different from the rest of the house, which is literally exactly the same pretty much everywhere. And I just added a little dresser with the same sort of colors as the side tables, which have a dark top and then a beige-ish bottom. And then I used this little mushroom to make a seat at the vanity, and then I found the makeup tray to put on top of the vanity because it's a vanity, it's gonna have makeup on it. And I found a little statue because you need statues once again with that beige-ish color. I put a hand. Imagine the hand holding your makeup brush or your hair dryer. I feel like that would kind of be cool in real life. I put a plant and more plants because plants are great. You can never have too many plants. And then a little basket with some towels. Are those towels or are those tops? Or blankets? What are those? Are those sheets? Then I was looking for paintings and I put that one, but when it's sized up, it looks sized up. So I just put another one with a beige frame and another bigger painting. I feel like paintings are the solution to everything, honestly. You just put a painting over an empty wall or put a painting in a kitchen. You can put a painting in every single room, honestly. And then I put the see-through curtains again, and I added the lights. And honestly, I was really happy with this little house. It was very cute. It was honestly adorable. And I'm very excited to play in it, which I haven't done yet. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Bye!